If you guys want to learn how to play both hands for the intermediate level arrangement of H.O.L.Y by Florida Georgia Line, you're in the right spot. Welcome to Playground Sessions YouTube channel. First, let me show you how this arrangement sounds at full tempo with both hands. By the way, this arrangement comes from the Playground Sessions interactive app, which of course grades you as you play. There's also all difficulty levels for this. There's a rookie level and an advanced level. We've also got a ton of other songs and more in the app. Tap that card above if you want to try the app for free. That's a 30-day free trial and you don't want to miss it. Let's get started, shall we? Here's the right hand first. Notice first our key signature, 2 flats, B flat and E flat. That means all B's and E's are flat automatically. That's our key signature. And by the way, that tells us we're in the key of B flat major. Our time signature here is represented by a capital C with a line through it. That's just a fancy way of saying cut common time, which is a fancy way of saying 4/4, but we're gonna feel it in a halftime feel. You'll know what I mean when that scroll bar starts to move, if you didn't catch that already in the demo up front. Now, there's 2 main hand positions for this song. The first one is right about here. So get your right hand up and try that with me. 3rd finger on B flat. Thumb is going to be anchored on F. And then up here, we've got our 4th finger on C, 5th finger on D. That's our hand position for the first phrase here. And the rhythms and the note order goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it might be weird if you hear me counting along with that. That's because we have some syncopated rhythms. We start out pretty normal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we tie this over into the next measure. Therefore, we do not play beat 1 of the second measure. That's where things start to get a little tricky. And then we're going to keep that rhythmic pattern going through the rest of this first phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now from here, we're going to reach up into our second position. We've just played F with our thumb. Now our 3rd finger is going to reach all the way up to E flat. Again, we're going to tie that into the next measure. And this is our next position. I'm going to call this a C minor position. That's where I want your fingers for the second position. So go ahead and do that with me if you're not already. We've just reached up 3rd finger to E flat, and then I want the rest of your fingers to fall into that position. Then we're going to continue on. 2 finger on D, back to E flat, 4 on F, tied over. Now we're on the next line down. We're going to hold this F for 3 counts in this measure, and then 2 on D. Now next measure we have a couple of 8th notes, so we're going to move quicker. D, C, C with 2, 1, and 1. And then keep it moving, still in the same position, 4 on F again. Again, we see this rhythm. But here, we're going to do a little bit of a tricky hand position change. We're going to play D next, but not with our 2nd finger. We're going to do it with our 5th finger. So we're going to pivot over our thumb like this, all 4 fingers. Pinky's going to land on D, and watch what my thumb does when I play D. It immediately gets out of the way. So one more time. It's 5 on D, thumb comes out. Then we're going to continue on in our first position. 4 on C and 3 on B flat. We're right back to our first position again. The second half is very similar. Check it out. We've just come over like this. 3rd finger on B flat. We're back to our first position. And look at this. This is actually just like our first phrase. Again here, we're going to go 3rd finger up to E flat, which then puts the rest of our fingers into a C minor position. So far, it's exactly the same as the first phrase. The only difference is in the final measure, right here. Instead of going back with our pinky to D, we're going to keep it easier. We're just going to bring our 2nd finger over to B flat for a quarter note to end it. So that final phrase one more time goes 2 over to B flat. And that's where we're going to wrap it up. So now when you're ready, you guys, let's try this thing in time. I'm not just going to cue up a metronome, I'm going to actually cue up our backing track, which makes it feel like we're playing with the real song, by the way, in my opinion. And we're going to do it at the practice speed first, the slower speed. Once we feel good there, we'll speed things up.
1, 2, set, go.
Hold it. Now thumb. Good. Hold. Now third finger up. C minor position. Tie over. Here comes the eighth notes. Good. Get ready for our other change. Pinky. Hold. That's syncopated, huh? Reaching up again. Now 2 finger over. That's it. If you guys need extra practice with me at that speed, just rewind, just back it up to that slow tempo demo again. But when you're ready, let's speed things up now to full speed.
1, 2, set, go.
All right, guys, we've made it through our first benchmark here. Let's switch gears now, give the right hand a rest, and let's get the left hand up here to learn the chords for this section. We've got a handful of chords here, and then those chords repeat. It's a chord progression that then loops. So let's talk about each of the chords individually, then we'll put them into the context of the progression we see on screen. First, we're going to play a B flat over F. That's just a fancy way of saying a B flat major chord in second inversion. So here's B flat major, that's first inversion, here's second inversion. You don't need to know all that to be able to play it, that's just a little bonus for you guys. Here's our first chord, pinky on F, 2 on B flat, thumb on D. And when you're playing this chord, it might feel more comfortable for your hand to slide a bit more towards the back of the keys. Remember, we want to avoid this kind of bending here with our wrist. And when you've got some white keys and some black keys at the same time in a chord, often it's more comfortable for your hand to slide back. There's our first chord. Our second chord, pinky is going to stay on F. We're going to play an F major chord. That's F, A, and C. Next up, G minor. That's G, B flat, and D. So fourth finger is already on G. Well, I should say it's ready to play G. Second finger is ready for B flat. All we need to do is get our thumb up to D. So there's our third chord. Fourth chord in the progression, we're back to our first chord, B flat over F. All right, we're about halfway through the progression that repeats. So next line down, E flat over G, that looks like this. Again, we're gonna slide up towards the back of the keys. That's because our thumb, which by the way is our shortest finger, right, in terms of height, our thumb's gotta play a black key here. So instead of bending like this, we're gonna just slide back. 4 on G, 2 on B flat, thumb on E flat. We're going to tie this over, so we're going to hold this for twice as long as the other chords. Next up, we're going to have to jump a little bit out of our position, come over here to C minor over E flat. That means pinky on E flat, third finger on G, thumb on C. So one more time, that transition from E flat over G, we're then going to do this. Okay? We're not tying this chord anymore, so just one measure for that one, just like the other chords. Now, our final chord for the progression is F major. We've seen this one again as well, but here it's in a different order. That's it, guys. So let's go through those chords one more time, and then we're going to try this thing in tempo. Here we go. B flat over F, 2, 3, 4. Now F major, 2, 3, 4. G minor, 2, 3, 4, B flat over F again. Now here comes E flat over G. Slide back to the back of the keys. We're going to hold this one out. Now up and move, C minor over E flat, and then F major. Now that whole progression repeats again, so I think you guys are ready. Let's cue this thing up, and let's go ahead and do it at the slower tempo to start, then we'll speed things up.
1, 2, set, go.
Hold it. Now jump and move. Repeat now, back to B flat over F. Same thing again. All right, guys, you know the drill by now. Simply back it up to the slow tempo demo if you want to practice more with me there. When you're ready, we're going full tempo now.
1, 2, set, go.
All right, everyone, great work so far. We're about ready now to try to put the hands together. First, I want to remind you guys that we're doing a free trial of our interactive app. You plug your keyboard in, you play, and it grades you as you go. That means correct notes turn green in real time, just like you see mine doing here on the screen. Incorrect notes turn red in real time. You get a score at the end of each practice, so you know exactly what you need to work on. There's a ton in the app. Tap that card above that says, what are you waiting for if you didn't do it before? That's gonna take you to a link for you to plug in some simple information, no credit card needed, just name and email, and that's gonna allow you to sign up for the app and get full access for 30 days with no strings attached. So I hope you guys will check that out. The app is really, really cool, and we're adding songs to the Song Store library every week. You guys are gonna find something that you love, I promise you that. And by the way, we have the full song for this Florida Georgia Line tune in all difficulty levels. So if this has been too easy for you, we've got the advanced level. And if you're struggling with this, that's all right. We've got the beginner level, rookie level as well. All right, when you're ready, guys, let's wrap this video up by talking about how to put the hands together. Now, straight up, guys, the toughest thing about this is gonna be the syncopation with the right hand. Remember, we talked about how we're tying over the bar line, so we're not really playing beat 1 in our melody very often. But in the left hand, we're playing on the downbeat of every measure, essentially. That is beat 1 of every measure. So that's gonna look something like this here. I'll do it very slowly, out of time. At the beginning, we play hands together, but from here on out, we barely do. Right hand holds, then left hand plays, then right hand plays again. So they're really taking turns. See that? Even here. Now, next measure, right hand plays the downbeat, but left hand does not. It's tying over. Here, again, we're taking turns with the hands. Even here, moving into the second half. All right, so I encourage you guys to do that, exactly what I just did. No pressure of even timing or a metronome or a backing track just yet. The point of that was to walk through and just isolate each beat and figure out, all right, are the hands playing at the same time or are they playing one at a time? Are they taking turns? Doesn't matter if you're slow or pausing between right now. You're training your hands to do the motions and to play these rhythms in the right order. Once you feel comfortable doing that, then it's time to go ahead and try this in time, in tempo. And we're gonna do it at the slow speed to start, of course. By the way, in the interactive app, not only is there a slow and a normal tempo button, there's also a slider that you can slide to a custom tempo. So you can go even slower than our slow tempo button. And you can find a middle tempo as well. You can find whatever is easiest for you. It really does make learning a lot easier when you're using the app. All right, here we go, guys. Slow tempo now.
1, 2, set, go.
Right hand up. Now hold left hand. Now right hand pinky. Right hand up again. And 2 over. All right, guys, we're almost there. Let's speed things up when you're ready. But one more reminder, this is not a race. If you guys need extra practice with any point in this video, use the chapter function here to skip around, go back to where you need extra work, and then come back and meet me here to wrap things up when you're ready. Here we go.
1, 2, set, go.
Great job, everyone. That's a wrap. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more here for free on the Playground Sessions YouTube channel, you got to subscribe. You got to hit that bell icon. You guys know how to do this by now. I'm Phil, and it's been a pleasure teaching you. I look forward to seeing you on the next video lesson. Peace. The features you saw on screen today can be at your fingertips with the Playground Sessions app. Co-created by music legend Quincy Jones, Playground teaches the piano with interactive feedback and gaming features, all while using your favorite songs. All right, guys, I'm Phil. Hit subscribe so I can see you for the next video.